Welcome to 4th grade Excel lesson number 59. We're going to be learning about doing division with a two-digit divisor. Two-digit divisor today. But before we get started, I've got a little joke here for you. And tell you the answer at the end. The joke is, where did the king keep his armies? Where did the king keep his armies? And so here we go with today's lesson on two-digit divisors. The division problem that's given to you right here is 42 divided by 14. Now, the only reason this problem is any harder is because you probably don't know your 14's times tables in your head. You can't just know what 14 times 9 is off the top of your head, or 14 times 8. But these problems work the exact same way that the other division problems did. And what we're asking is, how many 14's are there in 42? So since I don't know my 14 times tables, basically the way I have to do this is by guessing how many 14's there are in 42 and then checking and see if I'm right. So I might say, well, 14 times 1, could that be what 42 Sorry about that, I keep getting interrupted here. So 14 times 1 is only 14, and so obviously it's not 14. I've got to get as close to 42 as I can without going over 42. What about 14 times 2? So if you think it's 14 times 2, then you would just try that. You're guessing 14 times 2, and then you're checking by actually doing the math problem. So 14 times 2 is 8, carry the, no carrying. 1 times 2 is 2, 28. And you have to decide, I wonder if I can get it closer to 42 than 28. Let's try seeing if it can go in one more time. 14 times 3. So 4 times 3 is 12, carry the 1. 1 times 3 is 3, plus 1 is 4, 42, and that's exactly what it is. So I know that 14 times 3, put the answer up there, is equal to 42. And here they show you a picture of 42 little squares split into 3 equal groups, and those 3 groups all have 14 blocks in them each, because 14 times 3 is 42. All right, let's take a look at these sample problems down here. Number 1, 26 divided by 13. How many 13's are there in 26? Well, they're saying that there are 2, because 2 times 13 is 26. 26 minus 26 is 0. There's nothing left over. And then they check it right here by doing a multiplication problem. 13 times 2 is 26. Of course, 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times 2 is 2. Let's try this next one together, okay? How many 20's are there in 80? And that should be pretty easy for you to figure out. You've got 120 is 20, and then 40, and then 60, and then 80. So that would be 4 of them, right? 4 times 20 is 80. Write the 80 down underneath there. Subtract and get 0. Then you're going to do 20, times 4. Go ahead and do that on your paper. And 0 times 4 is 0. 2 times 4 is 8. These numbers came from right here, 20 times 4. All right, why don't you pause the video and try number 3 on your own, and then turn the video back on to see the solution. All right, so you should have already done number 3 on your own. And then 15, we're saying how many times is 15 going to 45? And you just start guessing and checking that, and you should discover that 3 times 15 is 45. And subtract and get 0, so there's no remainder. And you check that by doing 15 times 3. 5 times 3 is 15, carry the 1. 1 times 3 is 3, plus 1 is 4, and it does come out to be 45. All right, this next one, I'm going to give you the problem, and then you're going to do it on your own. It's going to be 60 divided by 12. All right, so pause the video, and then do that problem, and turn it back on when you're ready for the solution. So you should have already done this one on your own, and how many times does 12 go into 60? You just guess until you get it right, and that would be 5. So 5 times 12 is 60. Make sure you have that show work down here, hopefully a little bit neater than I'm doing it with my stylus. And then you do 12 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. Carry the 1. 1 times 5 is 5, plus 1 is 6. All right, I'm going to give you these last 2 problems to do right now. You'll pause the video and then you'll do those on your own, and then turn it back on when you're ready for the solutions. Okay, the first one I want you to do is 96 divided by 32. And then the second one is 94 divided by 47. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video and do those. Now you should have done 5 and 6 on your own. 32 into 96 goes 3 times. 3 times 32 is 96, so you get a remainder of 0. And you check it over here by doing 32 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. You can see that matches up, so that's the correct answer. And then 94 divided by 47 is 2. 2 times 47 is 94, not 47. 94, subtract and get 0. And then you do 47 times 2. 7 times 2 is 14. Carry the 1. 4 times 2 is 8. Plus 1 is 9. And that number matches up with that one. All right, you've got 3 problems to do on your own here with a check answer in the corner. Go ahead and pause the video. Do those 3 problems, add them up, and see if they come out to be the check answer. And don't forget to show your work. But I'll have all your work shown on there. All right, so you should have already done all 3 of these problems. And 41 goes into 24 2 times. Oops, 42. Get 0. 17 goes into 34 2 times. 2 times 17 is 34. And 24 goes into 96 4 times. 4 times 24 is 9. That was probably the hardest one. You just had to keep multiplying 24 by a number until you hit 96 or something close to it. And 0, and then you have 2, 2, and 4. You add those up and get 8. All right, you got these math facts to practice, and I want you to do them as fast as you can with the video on pause. Turn the video back on when you're ready to see all the solutions to those. All right, so you should have already done all these math facts on your own as fast as you can. And before I show you the answers, let me tell you the answer to our joke that we started off with today. So I asked you where did the king keep his armies? The king kept his armies in his sleeveys. You get it? He kept his armies in his sleeveys. Well, think about that one for a while. So here are the answers to the math facts. Pause the video, go over the answers with your answers, and fix any of them that are wrong before you consider yourself done with this lesson. Thanks for watching.